The wind swept across the Wyoming prairie as Ethan Carter drove the last nail into the porch railing. He stepped back, wiped the sweat from his brow, and looked proudly at the small ranch house standing before him. Most men in town thought he was foolish. "You don't even have a wife yet," they often said. "Why build a whole house before you find one?" But Ethan always gave the same answer. A woman deserves more than promises. She deserves a home. For 3 years he had worked from sunrise to sunset, saving every dollar from his cattle ranch. Slowly, board by board, he built the house himself. Every room was designed with a future family in mind. There was a bright kitchen for shared meals, a cozy fireplace for winter evenings, and a small bedroom he secretly hoped would someday belong to a child. Yet when the house was finally finished, it felt empty. That was when Ethan placed an advertisement for a mail-order bride. Weeks later, he received a reply from a young woman named Clara Bennett. Her letters were warm and thoughtful. She spoke about wanting a simple life, a loving marriage, and a place where she truly belonged. After several months of correspondence, Clara agreed to come west. The day of her arrival, Ethan's stomach twisted with nervousness. What if she hated the ranch? What if she regretted coming? What if she looked at him and wished she had never answered his advertisement? The stagecoach finally rolled into town. Passengers stepped down one by one until Ethan saw her. Clara was even more beautiful than her photograph. Her brown hair peeked from beneath her hat, and her kind eyes immediately found his. "Ethan," she asked softly. He nodded. "Clara." They exchanged awkward smiles before beginning the wagon ride back to the ranch. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, the house appeared on the horizon. Clara stared at it silently. Ethan's heart sank. Perhaps she disliked it. Perhaps it was too small, too plain, too far from civilization. When they finally stopped, Clara climbed down from the wagon and slowly walked toward the front porch. She touched one of the wooden posts with her fingertips. Then she opened the front door. Room by room, she explored the house. The kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms. Ethan waited outside, afraid to hear her opinion. Minutes later, Clara appeared in the doorway. Her eyes glistened with tears. Panic filled Ethan's chest. "I'm sorry," he said quickly. "I know it's not perfect. I did my best, but if there's something you don't like, I can change it." For a moment, Clara simply looked at him. Then a beautiful smile spread across her face. She stepped onto the porch and whispered 3 words. "Home." Ethan froze. Of all the things he expected her to say, those words were not among them. Clara took his hand. "No one has ever prepared a place for me before," she said. "Every room feels like it was built with love." Ethan felt emotion tighten his throat. It was. Prairie wind gently rustled the grass around